It's officially November on the old school series. It's time to get some grass planted. Last episode, we did get the new farm all and a seeder set up and a cultivator. I also got someone in town to sample the soil for us, so we do need to get some lime down to get the pH under control, and we'll have to get a little bit of fertilizer as well. So what I want to do is hop in the Oliver, head on over to the store. There was a spreader we were eyeing. $15,000. Money's a little bit low, but we do have the ability to cut the grass in front of us again to make some money. And it might be our last opportunity this year. We do have the excess from last episode in the forage wagon, but we kind of, maybe we fish a little bit. Maybe we figure out how to get a trailer, or we just do this slow. Maybe we don't get cattle as quickly as I wanted to. I was also thinking about doing sheep, since we, are doing a lot with grass right now. Could feed sheep with grass, generate some wool, generate some income that way. Just another way to get our little old school world established here. Can't wait to get this all populated with buildings and pastures and livestock. Let's go ahead and park over here. We're going to check out a spreader that I think is going to be compatible with this, and probably be a pretty good deal for us. $3,500 for this Vicon spreader. There is an extension on it, which gives us more capacity, which is definitely worth it. Design supports wheels. It's kind of cute. Spraying sheets. We don't really need that. The wheels and spraying sheet. Yeah, we'll go with that. We will add the extra $250 for the extra capacity, though. This kind of makes me wonder now, do we have a lime buying station in this county? Which would be very ideal for us to not have to buy a bunch of lime. We can just fill this thing up as many times as we need to and not have leftover. Let's see how we doing here weight-wise. The wheels are kind of lifting a little bit. We'll see what happens when we add the extra weight from the lime. Let me see if I can get a hold of somebody and see about if there's a lime station here. Brakes. But I think this is the place. Just fertilizer there. On this one, lime. All right. Yep, that's what we wanted to know. Let's go ahead and swap out tractors. But that was $1,100 in lime. I didn't see the capacity. We'll check that out when we get back. But that's a good start. Hopefully it doesn't take too much lime to get this field into a good state. And then we still need to buy some seed and get it planted. There's Finley. Nice to see the pups wandering around. All right. Hop in the farm all. Let it get fired up here. And then hopefully, I think we could reconfigure both of these with front weights if we need to, but hoping we don't have to do that. Let's head on in and find out. Could use a little diesel as well. All right, we tried to use the Oliver, but no luck there. This actually matches, looks pretty good together. And the weight seems to be able to handle it. So 1650 is the capacity. Have a feeling we will need to get some more. Actually, we need to get some diesel while we're over here. This thing eats through it. $160. That's not bad. Just a small tank on this farm all. And getting started putting lime down for the first time here in old school survival. Looks like we're applying 3.5 tons per hectare. Capacity is dropping pretty fast, so I think we will probably need a second load, if not a third. Let's get her done. And that's 3 loads done. We will have to get a 4th one, and it's eating at the cost. It cost me a little bit more money than I was expected to get our lime taken care of here. So not the end of the world. We do, you know, have the ability to do some fishing, sell some more grass if we really need to get by this month, but it looks like it's gonna take a little bit longer to get the cattle than we expected. So we need a truck. We need a way to transport cattle. We need some enclosures as well. So lots of money still needed. So, you know, I was getting excited last episode. I thought we're gonna be able to pull it off. It'll be here before we know it, but I'm loving this playthrough so far. Excited about some of the plans we got going and just enjoying some smaller farming here. That's not the right button. I meant to cancel that. We're down to $6,700. We still need to buy fertilizer and seed. And probably need to, you know, save a little bit of cash to feed the dogs and myself as well. And here we go, putting the last bit down. I'm hoping this should be enough. Yeah, it should be good. But yeah, that's a little bit more money than I expected to burn through. We'll drop off the spreader, grab the seeder, go find the... There's also a buying station for seed that we'll be able to use as well, so we don't have to buy it in small amounts. We can buy it in bulk on whatever fits into our implements. Pretty nice. The location of all those buying stations is absolutely going to work out great for us. You know, just a little bit extra left over. Not too bad. And I believe it is this one. Yep, looks like it is so. Get some seeds filled up here. It's going to hold 1,043. That cost us, wow, $3,000. Was that more expensive? Why? Why would you... I don't understand that. Let me know if that's realistic, guys. Is it realistic to have to spend more money on bulk like that? That kind of screwed us. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I think it absolutely did kind of mess us up. Oh, I guess we have to have an overlap on this one. All right. But I guess that did kind of mess us up when we bought the lime too. We're spending a little bit more money buying things this way. We will not do that anymore on this map. That's unfortunate. But here we go, 7 miles an hour. Little width here. I do want to try to get this figured out, but we might be just planting this on our own with this overlap here. Or offset. But it looks like, yeah, you could have a second seeder potentially. Pretty cool. Well, the buying station kind of threw me off there, guys. We are getting planted here. We're getting grass in the ground. And we'll definitely have enough seed. This seeder's not going through the seed at all. So we'll have seed for a very long time. Oh, there our lines finally showed up. But we do need the offset. Gosh, something I need to learn here. Let's try to get this configured. So if we go to about right here, I think we want about a 1.7 offset. I'm using horseplay to kind of help me see that. Let's give that a shot. And I want to kind of see how that lines up. Yeah, that doesn't seem bad. We'll give that a shot. Yeah, again, just a little confused by what we saw at the buying station there. I don't think we'll be giving ourselves some money back, but we'll definitely not be purchasing that way. We got fleeced. And we got to deal with it. All right, but we're cruising along here, 7 miles an hour. Let's get the headland done, see how we're doing capacity-wise. But looking at the rate it's dropping, I think we'll be fine to just cruise around this field multiple times, get her planted. And this is where we'll see if that offset is absolutely working, and it looks pretty perfect. So I think we figured it out right in the middle there. Yeah, I think it's time to just get focused, get this planning session complete. Struggling a little bit, guys. completely flat. Don't understand it. Seems like we're a little underpowered here, which makes 0 sense to me. But it's having a hard time getting up to that 7 miles an hour. See, we're dipping down to 5. Oh boy. Gonna be a little bit longer day than we anticipated. You know, we're about halfway done with planting, and I'm just kind of looking at this and thinking how cool it would be to put a roller on the side right here so you can just roll while you're planting. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. That would be kind of sweet. Sure, we could rig something up if we did it ourselves, but I don't know how the game would handle it. Well, hindsight's 2020. We could have bought hardly any seed. That's all right. We're going to figure out a way to replenish our cash here today. I did notice there's a couple more farmers that have moved into town, and they did have a need for getting some help with fertilizer. So what we're going to do is get some fertilizer, treat our own field, and then we're going to help out those two farmers as well, make a little bit of cash, and we'll have to, you know, pay for the fertilizer ourselves. So we'll definitely not be using the bulk for that, but it'll be good. We'll get it done. And all done with seeding. Let's go ahead and, well, let's get that little spot. That's going to drive me nuts. We're probably not going to see any growth here until spring, since we're planting so late in the year. But I think that was kind of expected. Field's looking good. A little uneven, but, you know, roller would be nice, just not in the budget right now. All right, seeder is put away. Oh, relax, seeder. And I'm hoping we have enough to get started here. Do have a little bit of fertilizer waiting for us. I think we might do ours last. Yeah, we might prioritize these contracts to get some money back in. I guess we could do a little bit of fishing if we really need the cash, but getting ourselves in a little bit of a pickle here. It did cost us a little bit more money like we've already documented, but we're going to recover. Shouldn't be, you know, super fast to get things done here in old school. We got to grind it out. Let's go ahead and get this. This all should fit. Yep. We could get a little bit extra, but I think, yeah, finance-wise, we're kind of stuck here. So let's head on out. We'll get to that first field. Let's see the size of these. Like 5 is the smaller one, so let's go ahead and target getting out to that and getting the cash from that contract first, which is way up there. All right. I'll see you guys in a little bit. And I think this field we're looking for is just on the other side of these trees. Been quite the drive over here. They're using a lot of diesel. I'm a little worried about getting back with enough left over. You can see it in the distance now. They haven't built anything out here. They got a nice, looks like a decent amount of concrete. Oh, it looks like they did start construction though. They got some stuff fenced out. All right, we'll see how this develops over time here. Couple of sheds maybe that they're building. Let's hop out here and take a look at what we got in the field though. It's like some sugar beets. This guy's going, looks like Ben is the owner here. We're doing a contract for. No soil data, but does want us to put some fertilizer down. Let's go ahead and get all set up here. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we have enough. If not, we might have to beg the dealership to deliver some, but away we go. Yeah, seed rate's not bad. It looks like we are doing 1.72 kilograms per hectare. 12% done already. I think we'll be all right. Let's get her done. Let's make some cash. And the last pass here, getting this job done. We are going to have a little bit more than half the capacity that we had left over, so I think I am going to contact Ben, let him know it's done, see if he can transfer us the cash, and then we'll try to do that other contract without buying more, because we, would like to save some diesel and not have to go all the way back to the store. All right, $3,021. I'm gonna weave through the forest here, make my way back over to that other field. I believe it's Ben's as well, so it is just one farmer that moved into town. I thought it was a couple. But the plan for this series is to, if we do contracts, we have to use our own equipment. So even like deadwood contracts, we're gonna have to, no borrowing, we're gonna have to do it on our own if we do them. I do eventually want to get a truck with a flatbed or a trailer so that we can do a little bit of lumber work, not a ton, but just a little bit of money to supplement what's going on here. And yeah, well, like I said, it'll have to be our own equipment and not borrowing, because number one, it won't be old school equipment. Number two, it's a survival challenge. I think it makes sense to require our own gear to do contracts. All right, Ben, you must have a plan for these sugar beets. They say remove foliage, so I mean, not 100% sure how helpful this fertilizer is going to be for getting a little bit more growth in these sugar beets, but I've never grown them, so I'm not sure. I don't know about the capacity of the fertilizer, but we're going to try to get done without going back to town. Or back to the store, I should say. Only time will tell, but this one's going to pay us about $6 grand. We got $3 grand from the last one. Every dollar's going to help. Well, we got a little bit more than halfway done, so we're going to head on in now and buy a little bit more. That last contract, gave us the ability to do that. So we'll just follow the road back into the store location and get some more fertilizer. Now, ideally, this will be enough to finish the contract and treat our field. And based on what we learned from that first one, unless ours is in a terrible state, it should be enough. We got a real skinny field. It's only going to take a couple passes, and that should only use a couple 100 liters. So we should be okay. I think we'll start here, work our way back to the center. Just a few more passes to do to finish this. And another $6 grand in our pockets afterwards. Yeah, it feels like we're going to have plenty left over. This is the last pass we're going to need to do here. And Ben's sugar beets will be well taken care of and ready for him to harvest them. Hopefully he does. Haven't seen anyone around, and it looks like he hasn't built any buildings at all yet. But, he's new to town, so are we. We're both getting established here. This extra $6 grand is definitely going to be helpful. And then we have left over to treat our field. Beautiful. I love it. And after getting that money wired to us, we have our balance all the way back up to $9,447. And it does feel nice to be doing this on our own field here. We are applying 203 kilograms per hectare. I think we still will have enough capacity. You don't have to put a ton of fertilizer down to get grass to grow really good. So you can see the chart is turning orange instead of a green color, which is nice because that means we're saving on material. And the grass will grow just as good as possible with this setup here. That'll conclude our first preparation of a field for the old school challenge here. Should see some grass growing in real nice in a few months. I want to look at the catalog a little bit, because we're definitely going to need some more transportation to be able to move some animals around. We'll be looking for some trailers that'll work old school wise, but trucks, what do we have down here? So that's gonna have customizations here. Trailers, what do we have? Oh yeah, just start building this thing out, huh? 22,000 for this one, which would be real nice to have a Chevy C60 1961. Yeah, I do love that. This Ram, I don't think we can reconfigure this to be a bale trailer, which would be nice. So we need to look into some more options for that long term. Make sure there's nothing hiding here from me. So there's the bed for that. Frame, yes. So this one's also not going to be a flat bed, even though it shows it in the... Oh, here's the flat one. Okay, so 8,500 for that. Not terrible. And then if we come back... Oh, 8,500. We got that number in our head. And then over here, another 34,000 for this. Okay, so that's a little pricey. It would be ideal if this was reconfigurable. I might look for some more options as well. But I think we do need to get the cattle fed, but not the cattle, they're dogs. Let's get the dogs fed. Then let's talk about a few other things that are coming down the pipe here in this challenge. Let's get Ophelia fed. We get, I think that, there we go. Bentley fed. Add Fiddly fed. And did they wander off too far? Come on, pups. Oh, here we go. There's Bentley. Oh, I got to get these renamed correctly. Okay, and there's Finley. And Ophelia did not show up. Unless I missed her. But let's look at this construction menu, because there's a few things I want to double check here. Specifically, greenhouses. Yeah, we need to look for some old school greenhouses, because I think that's going to be a good way to make some money. And there's a couple ones that I was really interested in. And then cattle, just for letting you know, we're going to buy a few of these eventually and get some babies, and then they will transition into this one, which I'm still debating exactly where we're going to put it. But $85,000 is what we're going to need. And I think right there might be a good configuration to start. And then we could potentially have sheep, but I don't think I have a pen for that yet. I mean, this technically could fall under old school. It actually does. That's actually not bad. So we could have that, you know, maybe next to the cattle, maybe a couple of these. I mean, even this one here looks a little old school, and we can build a little pasture for them. Kind of turn it this way. But yeah, those are the things coming. We're taking it month by month, but next episode we will be getting through the winter. I'm Socksway Up. Thanks for hanging out. I will catch you on the next episode.